Hello everyone and welcome to Excited Display channel. So today we are going to be making our number guessing game in Python, especially for beginner project. So this is going to be a step-by-step tutorial. So please see through the end. Now let me share my screen. So as you can see, we are going to be creating a beginner level project that will allow user to predict number based on the following hints, and it's going to be we need to use some additional library which is random. Now let's start the project by making this into something like this. So first we will define a function with name random generator, and this function is going to do nothing but first of all let's import libraries. Import random. Now random dot random. Now this is going to create us a random number, and this random number is actually going to return this function. Now to check that to check the functionality of this number, let me quickly run this random gen. Now when I run this code, as you can see, we get a number, but this is generating a floating type number, but we want an integer. So to, you can say, validate that, what we are going to do is we are just going to do random int randint. Now this randint is actually going to generate so as you can see in this number, it is going to take some range. Now for the use case for us, we are going to pass it 0 to 100 and then run this function. So as you can see, on running this function, we get a random number which is 60, which is in between 0 to 100. Now to see whether this function is actually generating random numbers or not, we are just going to use for loop, and for I in range 20, we are going to run this program for 20 times and see whether the number generated are really random or it is just a one number. So as you can see, the number are generated from 0 to here. I think the maximum number is 99. Yeah, 99. So that means the number is generated. That means our random gen is working just fine. Now for the next function, we are going to actually create a new function. Now that is going to ask user for input. Maybe we don't even need for that. We can just use this user input, and in the input we are going to type a statement that enter your guess. Now we are going to take the guess from the user and check. Now let's also create a function that actually checks check guess. So what this function is going to do, it is going to first take first element, which is guess an integer value, and the next argument it is going to take, it is going to take the actual number, and that is also an int. Now what this will return us, so this will return us some bool value, and this function is going to return us something like check return if guess equal to actual number. So this is what this function is going to do, give us. And also maybe we also use type printing here, so to make functions informative. So after taking the user input, we are going to run our check this function, and in this function, okay, there is a typo. So in this function, we are going to pass the user input and uh, our actual number. So before passing the actual number, we must store that into some variable. So we are going to create a new variable which is ACT_num actual number. So we are going to run the random gen here. Basically, this will store the number generated from this function into a new variable which is actual num, and then it is going to ask the user for the input, that what's the input that user want to do, and then it is going to check whether both the number are equal or not. Now let's test it. So when I run this code, it's asking for me. So let's say if I enter 25, uh, it does nothing. So no, first of all, I think we should print that too. That's why it is returning nothing. So if I again run that, so if I again run 25, it says false. So that means both the numbers are not actually correct. That means the guess is wrong. So now we will be building something like a program in which the user will also have a levels. Let's say this game will have three levels, which are first of all easy mode, then it is going to be the medium, and the third is hard mode. Difficulty. So this is the three difficulty levels that we are going to include in this game. Now we are going to create a function that will return us some difficulty level. Let's say for the easy one, let's set the range to 0 to 100. For the medium level, let's set the range to 0 to 500. And for the hell mode difficulty, we are going to set the range from 0 to 1000. So basically, this is what all the difficulty means. And let's create a function that actually mimics that same behavior. So in this function, we are going to say level range. So this function is going to take user input, let's say basically choice. This choice is going to be integer, and this user is going to return us the upper value, which is going to be integer itself. And how this value is going to work? It is going to work on if-else condition. If the choice equal to 0, that means we are going to return, or maybe we should print something. Print, uh, let's say you choose easy level to play. So, and also I know you are. So these little things actually make sense sometimes. So let's just return the upper limit. So the upper limit for the easy level difficulty is actually 100. Now elif condition will have a check for the choice, where if the choice is actually one, it is going to return us something. Maybe we should copy that. So this is going to return, we'll choose medium level to play, and here let's say now you are playing, and then return the upper limit of this function, and again elif, or maybe we should just copy and paste it here. Now the choice becomes to L11, let's say I wish you all the best. So this is what it is going to return now for the level 3. We are going to return this, and if there is option which is not matching anything else, we are going to print invalid choice. And also we are going to type a message like read the menu. So, this is what our level range is going to do. Now for the random gen, we have to update some little things. We have to tweak it a little. So for that, we are going to max lim and max limit, and that max limit is going to be in our random generator max limit. And when we are calling that, we are going to actually let's say also define a menu, print, or maybe print a string m, and let's create m string here, and here is welcome, come to number owned by excited material. Sorry, now the next thing we are going to print is uh, please maybe select the level of difficulty you want to play. And in this thing, we are just going to paste this whole. Basically, why pasting? Because it's easy. That's why. And we are just going to uncomment that. And put You say backslash. Now this creates a menu system where we are saying that easy. There are three type of difficulty that user have. Press. And also, if also let's say we are going to create three things. Sorry, I changed that without saying anything. So let me explain what changes that I have made. So basically, I have changed the choices from 1 to 3 because I have updated that. Now I am going to, I have created a menu where you, if you press 1, you choose the easy difficulty with the range, with the range of number. So this is what I'm thinking of. So this is how this function is going to work. So it is going to create a menu. So as you can see, the menu has been created. Now for the next thing, we are going to create press 0, exit. So this is the menu system that I have created. Now if I say print m here, print. Now if I run this, okay, we get an error. Missing one positional argument max limit, of course. It is missing. First of all, we have to press slash n. And for the random generator, we have to take this function, write this menu, and ask user for choice input. Also, I guess I made a mistake here. We have to put the int here. Basically typecasting because the number should be checked by a number as it is. Int input choice. So the choice is going to be like enter your choice. So this is going to ask user for enter their choice or to see what they want to do, and also I'm going to enter the choice here, white choice, because as you can see I have created such function level range, and random guess is going to take the level range here basically. So rather than choice, I'm going to pass here level range. So as you can see, we have created a nice function. Clear the terminal. Okay, increase the size and return option. So we created a successful thing. Welcome to number guessing game by Excited API. Select the level of difficulty you want to play. That means if user gonna press 1, 2, 3, and 0, it is showing the operation that it is going to do. Now it's asking for its choice. Uh, let's say if I press 1 here, you choose to you choose easy level to play. I know you are scared. That is good. Now random gen is missing the one positional argument which is max limit. We forgot to actually pass that. Now if I run that, I don't think why it is showing us none value here. I don't know why, because that should not be shown here. Hmm, maybe rather than wrapping it to this function, we can just remove that function because it is returning us null or none value. So now I believe this is good. And one thing also, so let's rerun this one code, clear the terminal. So now this none is removed actually. Enter your, let's say 1, enter your guess, let's say 25, it says false. Okay, now rather than false, I have created a level system. Now it's time to create a function for this hinting part. For moving on to that, let's collapse these function definitions. Okay, now it's time to create a function. Let's say define hint, and this hint is going to take user input as well as this is going to take user input, and what it should take next. Okay, user input as well as actual number, that is also going to be integer, and it is going to return us string, and this string is actually the statement that we are returning as an hint, like number is close or not or whatever. Now for the number, let me just put it here. So the parameters that this function is going to take is UI, that is basically user input. The other parameter that is this function is going to take is ACT num, and that is going to be the actual number. Uh, that's the function definition that I have written, as you can see here. So even if I put two asterisks, sorry, so as you can see, we can use the markdown things here, and everything is working. So these are the parameters that our function is going to take. Hey, now it's okay, looking more fine, and it is going to return it is going to return hint the user about the guess. So this is what it is going to return actually. I forgot actually the actual keyword which is used. Mm, so let's just skip for that. Skip that for now. So here also we are going to use if else statement. Let's say if user input minus or maybe absolute of user input and minus actual num is less than or equal to 2, then return you are close to actual answer and if user input is greater than actual num, then return uh, to high value user input is less than pretty num, then return too low and if the number is actually equal, return you got the right answer. And rather than returning this string here, print so this is what this function is going to do. Now check the guess. So we have created a function actually which check the guesses and now what we can do is before checking the guess we can do one thing and that is and check hint basically UI and so basically we are going to check for the hint here. Now let's say choose the easy one already. Let's say 23 too low and false. Okay, that's good. So maybe for now, let us just for the sake of you can say checking the functionality, let's print the actual number also. Let's say print actual number. So actual number here is going to be and making it f string. No, sorry. clear it. Then so it's again asking for our choice. So as you can say, actual number is 59 as you can see. Now, what if I return 59? You're close to actual answer. So true. So maybe this situation is what it is wrong, and we have to check this situation actually. Okay, in the hint section, it says if the user input and the number also greater than 0. If we add this situation here greater than 0, it's going to you can execute this statement. Let's say 1. Again, I type the exact number. We got the right answer, and we get true here. If I write again, and this time, let's say our choice is again 1. Now, this is again 59. Now, what if I write something like 57? You're close to actual number. Again, again, 67, and now let's say 64, too low. Maybe rather than too low, what we can say is maybe we need more closely tight hinting, and this can be too high, too low, and that can be done using 1A close but high. And here we can do one thing, that is close but low. So these are the things that we are going to print also in the hinting part, because I believe that is required. So that means if say user input is greater than actual number and their difference, sorry, b and their difference minus or absolute difference is less than or equal to 10 or 0.5 multiply you can say actual range, or in the 10 is actually good number, 0. So this is what this additional statement is going to check. Now we are just going to copy the statement again, and from the above statement we are going to say greater than, sorry, maybe we don't need this additional step. So, and close but too high. And in a similar way, we can do the same for lower part. Now here we change the symbols, 0 greater than this. And this statement is going to be the same, but this is what is going to check. And now let me just copy that here. Now greater than 10. user input is less than, user input is less than, and this. So close but low. And here we can say to low. So this will make our code much more, you can say, easy to read. Now we need to change this function called name quick right guess. This function actually going to check whether our guess is right or not. So why we need that? Now you will get to see. So as you can see, we have created this function whole. Now we are going to create a loop, creating loop for multiple play for replay option, and that's how we are going to use this our menu. You can see this exit button, and this can be done using while true. Basically, we are creating an infinite loop where we are just going to execute 10 times. Every time it is going to check for the same functionality, but there is going to be a certain check here, and that is if choice not equal to 0, then execute this whole code, else 0, else break. So what this is going to do is it is just going to execute this loop multiple times, but when user says I want to exit the loop, it is going to break that statement or while loop and print a message. Thanks for playing. And also let's just create two variables that keeps the score. So let's say user score initially 0, and also number oh, number replay initially 0. So these are the two variables that we are going to do or make, and every time we are going to update number replay equal to 1. Basically we are going to update the score, and rather than using this, if right guess then score is equal to 1. So that's what we have created. Now let's try executing this whole loop. So let's say if I use play 46 and I choose 23, it says too low. And if I want to exit the loop, it says thanks for playing. And basically we are going to welcome and maybe if we can make this a string and just put one thing here, that is uh, current code and number replace so and in those curly brackets we are going to hold this user score as well as number replace. Now let's re-execute this situation. So current score is 0 and the replace is 0. Now level of difficulty, every time we have been choosing 1, now let's choose 2. The actual number is 478. Let's say 478 I write. Okay, it says current score 1. And now we are thinking of using this third option. And we actually say write the wrong number here accidentally. It says okay, everything is working fine actually. But I want to give user, you can say 5 chances, or you can say the choice. Basically, I want to execute this all 5 times because number of attempt. Basically, I want to tell user that you have 5 attempts to solve this problem, and that can be done before I in range 5. Basically, the number of attempts, and which maybe we should also write an attempts is equal to 5, and this 5 can be replaced by this range. Actual number is going to be generated here in outside loop, and maybe we don't need that. We can just cut this whole thing. Okay, level choice is actually we should print that outside. Okay, phone number. Now we have to take user guess for 5 times, and every time we are just going to update attempts. So minus equal to 1, and we can say for the first loop you can say print f attempt this out of 5. So this can be done here, and here we are going to put I plus 1. Let's try this code. Now let's say if I use 1, actual number is 12, I say 2. It says close but low, say 5, still close but low. Now let's say I try 17, it's still not there yet. Now if I say 12, we get the right answer, but it's still running fine. So there is an issue that I caught. That means if the user guess is correct, just exit. That's what we want. Basically, check is the right guess. We are going to say continue, and that will actually going to skip the iteration. Let's say 2, 1 here, 24, let's say 90, 22, 35, 94. You got the right answer, but still continue is not working. Let's say maybe we should exit. Okay, now let's try that. Let's say 1, and in the first attempt I guess the right answer. It's still asking for other. Now, first of all, let's save this program so that there is no such problem as deletion, or you can say accidentally removal of all the things that we have written up until now. Now let's try to see where the issue is, and maybe there must be some issue. I don't know why. Okay, here too there is wrong things that have been written. Maybe the first thing that we have got is the wrong range that is written, and there is also wrong use of condition. Everything is working fine. Actually, continuously working. Mm, 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 mm. So what should we do? First of all, I think this attempt should be inside the while loop, and we should remove this attempt to -1. That's not needed actually, and we might need to actually update this check rightness condition. Maybe rather than putting break, we should use break here. Yeah. Now let's try that again. Let's say 1, and let's say 64. Again, that's okay, that's fine. Now clear that, and every time we want a new line to appear, so this can be done using this function. Let's say 1, now 23, let's say 45, let's say 44, let's say 43, or maybe this time we are going to use 42. So we have created the actual game, and now it's working fine, as you can see. And now if there is any confusion for you, we can address that through the comments. So maybe you can share your confusions in the comment and we can address them in the next video. So that's all for this project, and thank you. I hope you enjoyed this coding journey.